morning, good morning, good morning. Like and share the channel. Good morning, happy Monday. It's cold, cold, cold. However, you can't dodge the winter when you're living in the cold states. So good morning, good morning. But I have a question. And I also have a doctor's appointment, so I'm kind of rushing there because I almost forgot about it. So, just a quick question to the live, to the people who are not on the microphones and out here in all of these crazy beeps. But why does black people, because it's black people, chase these court cases to end up in beefs? Now, to me, there's only two options that would survive my question as an answer: money and personality. I mean, trying to become something and somebody on YouTube for wealth, when it turns into a beef, is insane to me. Just insane. And I mean, this is generally some of your same black content creators, bloggers, vloggers, or whatever you want to call them, that's like in rotation with this crap. It's insane. Black people go to these black people channels to get the information starring celebrities, because that's the only time you see them out there, if it's a celebrity, right? So that tells me that they only are interested in the celebrities when a celebrity is in trouble and in court. They can't flip this around and do something else with celebrities. There's plenty things to do with celebrities. You can't spend your money to go and watch somebody surf. You can't go get an interview so that you can probably be invited into their mansion or something, or you can't get interviews to just sit down with particular celebrities on the good things that they do in life. This is all what black people wants to do as content creators. This shit is crazy. And this is why we have this entanglement where the division puts us in a position, right, to decide who is it that we want, to cheer on or watch on TV and all this stuff. But they'll have these topics about, the white folks. And now, don't get me wrong, there's some crazy ass white folks channels out here, but I have not came across one white content that ends up in a notorious, horrific beef about being down at a freaking court hearing. Only the goddamn black people. We got the beefs on the street because one corner where a drug dealer is at then sold more drugs than the other one, then they want to kill each other. Then you got the music industry where one rapper then put out a top 10 whatever chart rap out, and so then that person, the other opposite, the ops become jealous. They drops a diss record, and then now they're in a beef. This shit is sickening, and it needs to stop. It really needs to stop. This shit is all about money. This shit is all about gaining personality. This shit is so, if you watch it on a regular, it can trigger your impulse, either positive or negative. But for me, it's like negative, because I'll be over here like, boo, boo. Sometimes I'll listen so that I can like hear the story and make a decision on who was right and who was wrong in this whole beef shit between people. But you hear them competing about who's getting the most damn views. You hear them competing about who's got the most subscribers. You hear them competing about, well, you're just trying to redirect the traffic away from me so that I can't get my views. Now that one there, man, I be thumbing that shit down, because if you are as good as you say you are, or as people has complimented you on being who you are, then how hard and difficult is it to ignore the part where people are trying to start a beef with you? It's not that freaking complicated. So therefore, I'm saying that it's just not genuine of the person who's creating the content, right? That you can't use your mind to ignore some shit because there is money to be made to engage also in the beef. Even though these people try to redirect it like they're not really in it, I'm just trying to make my point. And then they go into the story with, well, she said this and I said that. Then next thing you know, you got a whole freaking text thread going up that these two individuals have done privately behind the scenes, but that makes them become, I guess, more validated out here and credible if they drop some private shit behind the scenes. To me, that makes you look more cruddier and non-trustworthy amongst the people which that should be deciding whether to rock and roll with you. Because if you can do it to one person because you are anal or you're mad at that person, and this is the only way that you know how to weaponize yourself from something that happened in a private setting, then you ain't shit either. When I tell y'all, I'm like, this shit is now, not now, it's not that, but just because I'm out here and I'm surfing, right, and I'm looking, like, all you mother suckers ain't shit. All you black ass people ain't shit. And I have been told from on my channel, right, oh, well, you're messy, and you're messy, baby. If I'm messy, then what the hell do you call all of this other stuff going on? You mean to tell me that black people who are being told that, oh, you're doing such a good job, and oh, you put that down, oh, you did this because they set up in a freaking courtroom, or they stood outside with all this noise and wreckage and shit going on with a freaking microphone to tell you who going to jail and who not going to jail is a hot ass story, and they can't turn around and use that take that negative and throw. You can't go find the good things about the people. Nothing. All black people that I have seen on here, all of them, I said every last one, have got up off their ass, spent their money to go down there to get money back that they chose to spend to chase a case that is just negative. It depends on somebody's life. It depends on who's going to jail and who's not. And this is the only thing that the black channels have shit to show. They don't have nothing positive, nothing, because they can't get close to these people. You can't. This shit is so insane. So who am I talking about? I was listening to this whatever Donat and whatever Nick at Night, situation that they got going on. And as I listened to Donat, right, I remember him being on Bookham's channel. And I also remember him sitting up there having the audacity to engage in the ruckus that Bookham was creating about Infamous Sylvia. Now, if you go and you watch those two lives between them, right, Nick at Night and Donat, you will hear Donat say some shit like this. And I don't keep up stuff, and I'm this, and people says that I'm genuine and I'm good people and I'm da-da-da-da, and I don't, but that ain't the person that I saw on the Bookham show. On the Bookham show, the same way that Donat just mentioned something about and a few other constituents from the comment area, right? Saying, well, Nick at Night engaged herself or she jumped inside of a beef, right? This is Donat saying that. And I'm saying, well, isn't that the freaking black pot calling the kettle? Because on the Bookham show, he sure in hell engaged and jumped himself right in the middle of the content that Bookham was having towards Infamous Sylvia. And I know good goddamn well I ain't wrong about that. So I'm saying now, but wait a minute. When I tell you contradiction and hypocrisy is a goddamn disease out here amongst black people, this shit is ludicrous. Boy, you want to present yourself clean over here. I get it. Because the people, me, that saw you on the other side of the track on the Bookham show, you did just the opposite of what you're trying to speak on to present to the people that you are goody two-shoes. This shit is crazy. I'm like, what the? So maybe they say things, a lot of people say things thinking that, because you don't get the visitation to be aware of the people that may have seen you somewhere else, right? Don't mean that you're not being watched. It doesn't mean that you're not being watched, but when I tell y'all my mouth dropped open on that shit, I was like, boy, you're not as clean as you say you are. I saw the way that you engaged into the buffale with Bookham going in or saying all these defamation things or whatever about Infamous Sylvia, and he joined right in on it. Like, literally, you have not seen a video or nothing with Infamous Sylvia starting anything with a Donat. But Donat thought that it was important, I don't know, to come on the Bookham show to help Bookham have credibility in his story about Infamous Sylvia. But it didn't take all of that. Bookham been telling the whole goddamn story for damn near 5 fucking years on here. And the people over here on this side, I was asking myself now, who in the hell is Donat like trying to convince that Bookham's story has all of this credibility to it when everybody over here literally saw how all of the shit went down between Bookham and Sylvia. So what is it that he needed to add based on something that he felt personally happened to him and Sylvia? Like, the people over here would have not had no idea. Well, let me take that back, because I watched when Donat or most of the people were coming live down there at the Diddley Circle, right? I watched all that shit. And the first thing that I saw, me becoming aware of who this Donat person is, he was down there in an argument that ended up being, mutual and I guess resolved with a whole nother lady on the sidewalk who was literally going in on him. And, he would get some lick backs and all that stuff, but I watched all of that. So I'm like, well, what person? So my thing to sum this up, what is it with the black people that's making these choices to run their asses down there, spend all of your money, whether it's hotel, transportation, food, whatever the case may be, right? Your cameras, you got to get your equipment, and then come back to the public asking for reimbursement and donations on a decision that you decided to go down there to spend all of your money to bring the news to the public, right? But end up in freaking beefs. And I have to be honest with you. That is exactly why I don't put my money into none of their asses. None of them. Do I support? Yes, I will. But it's only after I view the whole picture of who the hell it is that I am supporting. Ain't no way in the hell I'm supposed to be dropping. I don't want to support people who don't know how to get themselves up out of beefs. I don't want to support people that's constantly running down here and just reporting all the negative shit about black people. Be neutral in the game. What's the good shit? Because I know damn well there's got to be some good shit about these black people who is, winding up in the court of law to decide, to have a jury decide their fate. It's got to be some good with it. I can't understand that for the sake of my life. Is that what we're good for? Is that what we do? We just gonna run around and keep publicizing every darn dirty ass crack and crevice of a ninja? That's it. And then you wonder why the white folks are saying what the hell that they're saying. Because we can't change our image. We can't change who we are. This is what we like to indulge in. This is what we like to do. Paint people, tell all the negative shit. I'm like, man, this shit is fuck. It is just terrible, y'all. Beyond terrible. It's just really, and this is the only way, because they all call themselves smart, genius. They do such a good job. And you mean that you can't diversify your freaking content? Nobody diversifies the content. What's the next court date? Who's next? LL Cool J? You gonna chase him? Who's next? Ice Cube? You gonna chase him? This shit is ridiculous. Just straight ridiculous. This is all they want to know. And people out here talking about how smart they are, but they this small with diversity. Get the fuck out of here. Can't do it. I can't do it. This all they got. Sad, dramatizing, and pulsating ass fucking stories. And then everybody out here, hit the Cash App. I like to hit the Cash App on some positive shit. I like to hit the Cash App on some shit that's being taught to me that I can learn and grow from it. Because I sure in the fuck can't grow from this shit that they doing. Not a goddamn thing about it. Nothing. What, learn the law? Okay, I'm gonna read the law book. But who in the hell wants to be up early in the morning, day after day? The white folks ain't even down there like that. The white folks are not out there after they come to whatever court hearing or whatever traumatizing story as far as somebody's car got caught on fire, or there was a horrific ass accident, and then turn around beefing with each other. Oh, I got to the scene first. Oh, you're just trying to take my views, Karen. You don't even see that shit. But you see that shit here with the black culture. A cult. This shit fucked up. I wish the fuck I would. Man, they got me. When I tell y'all, it is such a freaking turn off. It don't make no sense. Like, this shit is a straight turn off. And then what happens after that? You end up with, oh, somebody threatened me. Oh, I'm going to file a restraining order. Oh, I'm going to send a cease and desist. And oh, I'm going to do this for YouTube. Oh, hell no. You make a decision, man. Let me fall the fuck back, because ain't nowhere in the hell that I'm about to have a YouTube or internet destroy or interrupt my life. Never will that freaking happen. I'm just, maybe 500 out of every 10,000 that makes that decision. Like, what? But honey, it's crazy, right? Crazy. Good morning. I'm probably late, y'all, but it's time for me to have my checkup today. So I ain't been in here in a minute, so yeah, crazy, right? Good morning, Nene. I don't understand it. I really don't. And, especially when we're talking about money and growth, when it makes so much sense for people that is trying to grow and you see yourself growing, kill the freaking beast and join together and go get the content together. Even if you have to split the damn money. It just split. I don't understand it. Good morning, good morning, everybody. Mad, I see y'all. Crazy as hell. I didn't realize. I mean, I know I see it on the street where people go hard and be serious about their money. And if you are the cause and the effect of making them lose money, yeah, okay. I see that. I seen it all my life. But on YouTube, and I guess it's no difference. I guess money is going to kill us. First, I thought it was, oh shit, hold on. First, I thought it was like, the money is more deadly to me amongst the black people than it is HIV or diabetes and all that shit. It's the money. And it's the money because lack of people lack of wanting to work. And, I don't get it. I'm still trying to understand, like, people going this hard like this when there's actually, like, no benefits for you. Where's the retirement plan? Where's where's the insurance and shit coming from YouTube? Like, who's gonna continue to be a sucker like to this extreme for YouTube? I get it. People making $50,000 or 100,000 or whatever. Those people can afford to probably pay, for a medical visit. Like I'm doing or so blah blah blah. I gotta put y'all on hold for a second, okay? Good morning.
All right, Jennifer Sauer, calling on that side.
Thank you. So, I mean, I'm just saying, you guys, like, at some point, like, y'all don't, I mean, y'all interested in stuff like that? Because I'll watch it just so that I can kind of hear, okay, who's right and wrong in this. But then I end up saying, okay, at the end, maybe both people are wrong because if you're growing and you're looking at it as I'm trying to let me turn this camera on. I like being on the camera. Look at my if you're trying to grow and grow and grow, then how do you allow someone to stop your growth momentarily to have a beef? But of course, I get that too because we like the drama. I like watching some of it, but at the end of the day, I'm like, I ain't gonna lose my mind about it, and I don't understand how other people loses their mind over it. And I get it that you may be thinking that a person is stopping, you know, you from receiving the amount of money that you would get on a specific content and stuff, right? But it was like awfully sad to see, and especially knowing that it stemmed from going to court cases, being down in court cases. That's where it stemmed from. It didn't stem from these two people visit each other at Thanksgiving and something went wrong inside of a house. This is stemming from people. Oh, freaking hat coming from. This is stemming from people that is falling out over some he say and she say stuff and visiting court. It's weird. It is so freaking weird. I don't know. But I ended up watching another show, and it was, I think, Taz, and he had a panel up there. And there was this one guy up there. His name was Jay Prince, uh, President, or something like that. When I tell you that it was pretty sad, and the narration of what was going on was the people was trying to have a um, conversation with him about black men and raising, I guess, of their children. And in this here case, it would have been some baby girls, I guess, or something. And sounded like something happened, and people from the internet got involved. And at one point, he lost the kids, and then he got them back, and he's been to jail, and he's this. And but he had a very vogue, hardened demeanor, attitude about everything. He didn't want to take nobody's advice on some things that could change the person that they were on the outside looking in at, right? This guy's very angry, like very angry. And when I hit the X button, y'all, that means I gotta go. So I'm just talking to y'all until then. But it was, and I sat there and I watched it, and I'm just looking at him, right? And was saying all of these things about why black women is this way and black women are that way. Personalities are created based on growth. So he was saying that he would never allow his children, the girls, right, to grow the way that he has seen a lot of black women grow. And I was like, does he not know that at some point you don't get to make that decision? Like, what are you going to do? Lock them up in the basement? They're never going to leave out? Well, what's going to happen? Because they're going to have to enter this big old world that we got out here to grow, find themselves, become who they want to be and what they want to be, right? So he was saying that that's just not going to happen. Black women are hood, we're ratchet, we're hard-headed, we don't do this, you don't do that. And I'm saying, it's a sticky conversation to have, because you can only speak about the black women that you've been around. And in this case, in order to change your mindset about black women, sometimes you have to change you. You have to move around from what you are used to seeing, because the black women that you don't speak about, they're out here. He was saying something about his girls would never, ever, be allowed or be engaged or, copy what the black women are doing. He even talked about how black women raise, their kids opposed to how he is raising his. But then I'm saying to myself, well, part of that he's lost because he's been to jail. And kids have a memory like a freaking elephant. So when these kids, which at the age of 18 or 19 or 20, get ready to leave home, it's like a psychological thing, right? Their mind, it likes revisit every little nick of things that happen to them throughout their childhood, good things and bad things. If there's a whole lot of bad things, it seems to stick to their mind, and then they all now will develop little bits and pieces of anger inside of them, right? Especially if their lives, once they have been released from the breast and they are out there flying their wings, their minds now, because they're remembering so many bad things, ends up having them engaging and doing things that we would consider that is bad. And it happens. So I'm saying to myself, maybe this guy, Jay Prince, the president, needs to probably, engage in psychology, theories or facts and things of what could happen. But I'm like, no, how are you going to keep them from the general public out here? What they're not going to be able to go and live? What are you going to do? You're going to check every boyfriend and the background and things like that? I don't know. It was, but I thought that it was crazy. It was crazy. Do I have any life advice for someone in their early 20s? I do. Kindness. Hold off on your babies. 25, you should, if you choose to have them, it's a great time to start having them, right? Because from the age of 20 to 25, you should be able to nail a job. You should be able to save at least $7,000 a year. Put it away. Put a baby account on there. And everybody, if you're Christ-like, prefer, find your husband. But husbands aren't promised, okay? So you have to depend on yourself and Christ to make it through. Get on your feet and stop popping all them envelopes and $1 away and $1 away and $1 away. Buy your first home before you turn 30. Buy your piece of property. Now, if you are in school, find your way to maybe establishing some small business. Your job, to me, my advice in your 20s is to grow wealth first, because it's going to get harder out here. Oh, it's going to get tough. You think it's going to get easier? Nah, it's going to get hard. It's gonna get hard. You see, they creating all this new stuff for the industry out here. New cars, new this. They developing new different type of housings and all the stuff. That shit ain't finna come cheap. So you gotta be prepared and ready for it. And most important, guys, stay the hell out of trouble. Stay out of trouble. If there's an argument over here, go the other way. Don't engage in the he say, she say, because if you ain't said it, then can't nobody put it on you. I'm just saying. Hey, Raymond. Happy Monday. What is my thoughts on gooning? Don't goon. Don't goon. Were you born to goon? Well, just don't goon. It's not that complicated out here. We make it complicated for ourselves because of the choices that we make when a situation occurs. I don't believe, or when people say, oh, I'm stressed. Well, did you write down what's stressing you? No, I don't goon. Sorry. I'm not a gooner. No, I'm not a gooner. You a gooner? Have you gooned lately? Have you gooned lately? Have you gooned lately? Because I haven't. That's funny though. I don't even know what the hell that means. What does that mean? See, I know how to answer a question without entrapping myself in your bullshit. What is a goon? So I'm just going to reverse it back on you. Have you gooned? You gooning right now? Well, we know it ain't a bath because you would have said that you were bathing. Well, we know gooning ain't taking a bath. Now what else? What is it? Just tell me what it is. Make me laugh this morning. I'm due for a laugh, because if you over here on the Pap Show, you would know that, this is shits and giggles. I don't deal and don't like to deal in all of that crazy ass, what do you call it, stress. I write out what's bothering me. And once I write it out, I put the equal sign. Let me figure this out. And once I figure it out, I'm going to go plant the seed out there and get it all worked out, make that shit go away. And I said, oh, I'm stressed. Oh, I'm depressed about this. If it's a man or a woman, go get you one. If it's sex, go get laid and go home. If it's money, go to work. If it's bills, go to work and pay your bills. If they ain't collection, whoop-de-damn-do. Pay one of them at a time and get them out. They only going to sit there for 7.5 freaking years. If you don't want to pay them, then don't go buy a house. Don't go try to get credit. Don't go do this, because they ain't going to give it to you. If you're looking to get a lot of things out here, keep your credit score at above 625. You will have no problem. Anything below that, they going to tear your ass up in the interest rate on it. And if you're okay with that, then that's fine. But you're only just throwing your money away so that you can have a freaking credit when you can get up off your lazy butts and go get a job and get your credit score up there. Things that I had to learn, right? Yeah. Hold on. To do. And I'm telling you, once I figured that all out, man, it ain't been nothing but uphill. That's it. It's like, and don't go back. Stop buying for people. Stop overbuying. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say no. You may sit with $20,000 in your account and somebody want to borrow 1,000. You can say no. They're gonna be all right because they can do exactly what you can do, unless there's a specific type of disability or something that's enabling them from doing so. That's all I'm saying. But I just wanted to talk about like what I just seen. I've witnessed this, and I'm like, that not just over here. It's the same thing with Infamous Sylvia. It's like every court case, there's something else that is happening, with her or between her and the people that is involved in the court case. Now, delivering the message about what's going on in people court trials and stuff like that. There's a person that I do have to agree with, but I'm not going to say the name to it. I can see when you're coming out here and you're delivering to the people what's said in the transcripts and asking people opinion on this or this or that. Do I think going above and beyond to go to the extreme of finding out who the I don't want to say inmate, who the person has the charges, right? Mama, sister, auntie, uncle, niece, and nephew is. I don't agree with that shit. I think that is putting yourself out of boundaries because those are not the people that is getting ready to head to a court trial. So why does anybody need to know about the aunts and the niece and the uncles and the type of cars that the great grandbaby drives and all that? Like that's just weird to me, So when that was said out here, I had to totally agree with that. How are you building a story? What are you trying to sell the people? And in some case, it's involving the whole generation for what? You can put your story together with what's going on in the court. And so the person that said that, I really had to agree with that. I was like, the fuck is you talking about my great niece for? And blah, blah, blah. Or, and all of that got darn chasing people around in a car, driving and filming. And it's weird. But I guess people need to complete their story to give people more ideas to come up with and base your opinions further than where they need to be. But I was like, okay, this is weird shit. What do I need to know about his great grandmama for? The fuck, the great grandmama is not being held to get ready to go through a trial. But I guess it's trying to show some affiliation of who all else was probably involved but didn't get arrested and shit like that. I don't know. But black people, mm, mm, this is all these channels have, most of them pretty much going on, chasing freaking court cases. They found the lick. They found the lick for that damn money. That's crazy as hell. I think it's weird getting up every freaking morning. I always thought it was weird. You don't see like the white people running down there like that. What? Not the majority of them, but you will see them getting hold of information in the comfort of their own home or the studio or whatever to offer information out here pertaining to whatever. and then they end up in a beef because somebody didn't like what somebody said, or somebody did this and didn't do this, just like the situation with Bookham and going down there to New York. And Infamous Sylvia is like already down there. Now, it looked how it looked, and it gave a lot of people the right to express their opinions on it, right? But at the same time, I'm like, it wasn't just Bookham that was weird down there doing what he did and just all of a sudden showed up. Yeah. Okay, y'all. Bye bye.